What's up, y'all? Solo. Gonna start up the smoker now. Got a duck I gotta cook. You know, starting a smoker is quite the unique process. Previously, I've only used barbecues and ovens and stuff. And I figured, let's make a video showing how you start a smoker, because it's pretty cool. So, we're gonna clean it up a little bit first. It's got a little bit of gunk inside from last use. I already got the water out of the pan, otherwise it will grow mold, so that should be done. But we just gotta clean it up a little. Might have to pour out my old coals. I have a bunch of coals at the bottom. If you don't pour them out, the airflow gets really poor, and you can't control the temperature as well. So let's open it up. Yeah, it's a little gunky. I'm gonna wipe all that off. That's why I got my paper towels here in my pants. So I just basically take a paper towel, wipe the gunk off. It's kind of hard to hold this thing right. But you'll find a way. Done this thing a few dozen times now, so I'm kind of getting the hang of it. Nasty. Alright, let's do that one. There's a second layer down here. Now, I'm not going to be using the bottom one today. More concerned about keeping the top one real clean. But, you know, you don't want to leave these things dirty for long periods of time. It's just gross. Man, maybe I should have brought out more towels. Oh well. Let's use what we got. Gunky. A lot of really fatty meat just deposits itself on this. So you gotta clean it a little. Like I said, it's a little different compared to a barbecue. That's for sure. Barbecue, you gotta scrub too, though, of course. Now my hands are thoroughly dirty. Let's get started. Here's where all the heat happens. Now, it's been probably 4 or 5 uses since I have cleaned this last. And basically, once it gets too full down there, it doesn't work right. Now, do we need to clean it yet? That's the question. I'd say, yeah, it's all the way up to the grates. You know, you can, like I said, get away with a few times, but definitely need to empty it. Now we're also going to open the vents here. We got 3 vents, and that helps updraft air into the system up through the smoker. There's a vent on top of the smoke as well. Handling that coal neutralized the oil on my hands a little, which is nice. So let's take these nasty rags here. We're gonna pour out the coals. Now this can be a little messy. It doesn't always go so smoothly, I'll tell you. But I've done it 3 or 4 times now. Maybe 10. Maybe 10 times. I'm kind of getting the hang of it. We're going to attempt to pour it in this bag gracefully. We'll see how gracefully it goes. We should close this one. little. Let's try this a little more here. There we go. That's pretty clean. There we go. So you just throw that in the trash. You can probably save a briquette or two. So we're gonna put this guy back on. Like that. Perfect. And I'm gonna salvage a couple briquettes. Don't want to be wasteful. There's a couple barely burnt ones. We can save them. But you don't have to do this. I probably shouldn't. Wasting my time, but I don't know. Do what you want. Anyway, after I get tired of doing this, I just throw this out, so keep this aside. Now we're going to put fresh charcoal. There's a brand new bag here. When owning a smoker, you usually want to keep a couple of these bags. You never know when you're going to run out. This is my last bag, so I need to go buy some more soon. And you don't want to completely fill it up. You actually just want to put enough where there's a nice surface for you to pour your hot coals on. And this definitely is a science, you know, trying to figure out how much you add here. So I'm not going to add that much, as I'm about to add a whole chimney of coal in a few minutes. And that is where this thing comes into play. Actually, oops. Nope, we're not done. We're not done. Forgot to put in the fire ring. There we go. Great. Almost forgot a step here. Alright. Now we have this box here. We're going to fill it up with tinder. The bottom side. Add a bunch of tinder here, a bunch of coals here. Now, making tinder is definitely an art. It's something that you do once, you think you got it, you do it next time, you didn't got it. You find ways to kind of improve a little bit. Now what we're using here is all natural recycled material that's not bleached. So like we save that brown packing paper that you find in a lot of things that you order. And we just save it for the smoker because it makes for really good tinder, and compared to like a bleached white plastic, it doesn't have as much chemicals in it, hopefully. That's the hope, at least, you know, you never really know. I should probably be balling these up a little better. I could definitely do a little better on my technique right now, because as the flame hits it, they unravel and they make a lot of surface area. And it's almost full now. Just gonna try to finish off this bag here. Go. You want a lot in there, but not too packed. Still need air to pass through. But I have a little trick for that I'll show y'all. The next is to flip it over, put it on top of the coals that we laid down, a bed of coals. Now we're going to add more coals. Basically, just about want to fill it up. You don't want to overfill it, but you want to fill up most of that charcoal chimney. You know, you especially want to fill up that charcoal chimney if you just clean it out and there's not a lot. So definitely fill this one up pretty tall. And it's time to light. My lighter is not happy. Oh man, I might need to go get a new lighter. Alright, we got a fresh lighter. So I tip up the edge to give a little bit of a gap between the coals and the tinder, and this helps to really accelerate the fire. If you just leave it like this and you try to light it, it just smolders. So I'm gonna hold it up just to kind of get that fire a little more fierce. Just have to hold it like this for a moment. There we go. You can just see the flames trying to lick on the outside of the container. And the point here is you're just trying to start the coals. Once you get enough heat into the coals, they're self-sustaining, but you do have to start them. I find if I do this manually, there's a better chance of it starting. Usually it will start if I just, at this point, if I just put it down and walk away, it will. But I see a lot of unburned paper I'd really like to catch here. So the paper's escaping on the other side, so I'm trying to keep it all under. You can see how much paper there still is burning there. At this point, I think we can leave it be. I think it's probably going to catch on its own now. So I'm going to walk away. I got a little prep work to do. I'm just going to leave the camera recording, and we'll come back once those fires are spitting out. Also need to add water to my bucket. is just about ready. Normally you want to wait for the coals in there to start turning white, which the ones on top have not done yet. The ones down in the chimney have, but I believe you're supposed to wait until they all start turning white a little. And that's how you know they've caught, they're ready to go, and you pour them in. So we're going to do that in a few minutes now. Well, I could wait a little longer, but I'm going to go ahead and just pour it. I've done this numerous times this way. I think we'll be fine. So what you do is you lift it up carefully, turn over, pour them in. Now this thing's incredibly hot, so don't put it somewhere that's going to melt. I leave it on an aluminum bench that I have. The next is kind of move those coals around a little. I just do that with my trusty barbecue scraper. See how they're all white now? That's good. And now we're putting cherry wood in. What I love about smokers is all the options you have for different types of wood. Now we're doing cherry today. Lovely Logic prefers the cherry wood. I like Hickory Mesquite. I like cherry too, but she doesn't like the Hickory Mesquite, so we're going for a slightly lighter wood here. And now we put it all back together. So, put the top on here. Now there's a bucket of water in there. You can probably see the edge. There we go, I brought the camera a little closer. So you can see the edge of the water there. And we're going to add a little more. And I'm making duck today, so all the duck fat's going to drip down into this. Versus if you were headed on barbecue, you might just have a fire on your hands. So smoker's real great for really fatty things, like ducks especially. Smoker's good for everything, I won't lie. There we go. Let's add the duck. There we go.